I always wondered why did I win an Oscar? My competition was the biggest competition in that time. Uh, James Bond, Matrix, uh, Spielberg, um, Christopher Nolan, and this Slumdog Millionaire. I thought I will never fly anywhere. And I still today, if I look at the video of my Oscar winning, I don't remember getting from the seat and coming to the stage. I had a complete blackout.
Explain the $100 bill.
Bombay had turned into Mumbai.
Whenever you're speaking in the public domain, I'm sure Slumdog Millionaire comes up all the time. But it had so many firsts and it was so successful. Tell us what made it such a big success for you. How did that happen? Give us some anecdotes.
We don't know. So I was working on Gajini at that time, working with Amir, and we were doing Gajini, and Amir took a break, a 6 months break to build his body. So we had like a good break, and I was winding up Savaria, second film. So one day I got this call from a friend of mine with whom I worked on a commercial. Said, Danny Boyle is making a film in India. Would you like to work with him? I says, wait, I'll call you back. I went to the net and checked and IMDb and realized that Danny is making pre-production in India. It's very bizarre. In my hostel room in FTI, I had a poster of Trainspotting.
Oh my God. Okay.
For me, this was like, the whole thing is like, and first time I went to London to mix Split Wide Open or some other film, I saw Trainspotting actor on a Friday evening, and there's a lot of, in Soho Street. It's like in Friday evening, everybody's out in the beer shops and everything. So I met him and spoke to him and all that. So for me, it was all like deja vu happening. So then I met Danny. When I met him, he has a piece of paper with him and he's just going through. I realized that he did a lot of research on me and he's asking me, Resul, which of the film that I should watch? I got shocked. It's like, when you're sitting with Danny, he makes you feel that you're Danny Boyle and he's nobody. I don't know what to reply. I said, sir, you can watch any film of mine. I'm there in it. Then we read the script. He asked me my reactions. I said, it's very surprising that you're making a Hindi film. You're not making a British film. He said, why did you say that? I said, it has all the elements of a Hindi film. He said, yeah, I want to work in the mainstream. The mainstream Indian cinema had something very, very positive, which we, the Western filmmakers, don't do. I said, what is that? I said, you guys are so unashamed of using emotion, and we always want to keep it subtle. And you guys are all out, and I want to do it all out, That's why it happened. And so I went to the set with a big ego, I would say.
Okay.
Because I worked with Amir Khan, shot in a city like Mumbai, and I felt that I am equipped to do live sound in any situation in the world. If you can shoot with Amir Khan in Mumbai, I can shoot anywhere in the world. I went with that ego in my head. And I realized that I was nothing and nobody. Because they were not shooting with one camera. They were shooting with 7 cameras. There was no concept of rehearsals and take. There was no concept of taking the master shot, then cutting to close-ups. There was no concept of long shot, mid shot, nothing. There was no concept of shot. A scene have to be captured. And he wanted it uninterrupted. Uninterrupted. Like you have 10 people in the scene, he would go for it at one go. He will cover it with multiple cameras. And if anybody make a mistake, he'll go back and restart. First week, I thought it is disastrous for me. Okay. Then in the second week, I decided, we had a break. And one day I thought what to do. Then I realized that I am not going to record this film professionally. Okay. Instead, I am going to record the soundscape of Mumbai.
Okay.
And within the soundscape, the film is happening. At that time, I thought I am making the most disastrous professional decision. Then I thought Danny Boyle's Goras are making a film. Nobody will watch this movie. My reputation will be intact. Okay. Let me experiment. So the rest of the film, I was, if you ask any sound man, in the most noisiest location, you pick up the minimum number of microphones. I was shooting in VT station. I was shooting in Dharavi, Santa Cruz, everywhere. I used maximum number of microphones. I would go and mic up the whole area so that the whole soundscape is captured. And I used, I kept on thinking, I always wondered why did I win an Oscar? My competition was the biggest competition in that time. James Bond, Matrix, Spielberg, Christopher Nolan, and this Slumdog Millionaire. I thought I will never fly anywhere because I was working with one idea. That idea was I was constantly analyzing how human brain process sound. Imagine you and me walking down the street of Mumbai. There's a lot of traffic, chaos, people, all that. But if we're talking to each other, human brain has the ability to ignore everything and still listen to what it want to. So hearing and listening is different. Brain has the power to listen. And ear only it hears everything that is coming in. I was constantly analyzing how can I make the microphone hear like the way the human brain listens to sound. So I did multi-microphoning, recording in multi-tracks, not just one recorder. I used multiple recorders, which is for the first time anybody was doing it in the world. And I still sitting at the Oscar Kodak Theatre when the names were coming in, the nomination names are coming in. I still thought I will not win because I could still hear technical mistakes. In the first dialogue only I could hear, frequency squelching. And first award went to Dark Knight, Sound Award. I said, finished. Deathly silence in a row. Then when our name announced, I couldn't believe it. And still today, if I look at the video of my Oscar winning, I don't remember getting from the seat and coming to the stage. I had a complete blackout. I don't remember. Then I pulled up myself and I spoke, and whatever I spoke was selected as the best speech at the Oscars. And it's all bizarre. It's like somebody who studied in a regional language, walked to school 6 kilometers every day. It's happening all that. So
huge round of applause for that.